Hey, everybody, welcome to another edition of NasCard Radio. This is episode number 121 of NasCard Radio, where trading cards and racing meet. I'm your pal Val. Jason is off today. And then we also have the man, the myth, the legend, PSA and White Castle Hall of Famer, Logan. Logan, how are you?
I'm feeling punted.
I bet you are.
Hmm.
Got a great show for everybody today. Especially, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Panini America. And we're going to be talking about last week's race winners, results, and then we're getting ready to set up for the championship weekend in Phoenix.
Yep, we're gonna
We're going
make
to
our
have,
picks.
yep, we're going to cover all of the championship four in all the levels and their cards. We'll cover F1, we'll make our picks, and then we will wrap up with King's Court. So, thumbs up, okay, ready to go.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So, over to the Camping World Truck Series. They were off. They've been waiting, so it should be a good race in Phoenix. But when they were racing, the last race was in Homestead, Miami. Ty Majeski was our winner. Highest finishing rookie was Corey Haim at position 5. And so the next race, championship race, this is it. The Lucas Oil 150 in Phoenix Raceway, Friday, November 4th at 10:15 p.m. Eastern. Stages for Phoenix Raceway, end of lap 45, end of lap 90, and end of lap 150. Our championship four are made up of Ty Majeski, who has 2 wins this last round, Zane Smith, Chandler Smith, and Ben Rhodes.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. All these races are gonna be fun.
Yeah, so with Ty Majeski, we've talked about his cards before. They are in, let me get our nice little slide up here. They are in 2020, 2017 Panini Absolute. There's the tools of the trade. You can see those two on the left, and then Panini Select signatures. This is Panini Torque trackside signatures, and that's it. Only autos in 2017. In 2018, he's in the Panini. I mean, he's in the Dunruss next in line, and he doesn't have any base really until 2021. So, Tom Majesty's going for his first championship.
Yeah, and look at his auto. It's kind of got a Daniel Suarez vibe to it.
You're right, he does. Next on the list is Zane Smith. Those are his rookies are in 2018. You have the next in line. There's different parallels of that. That is the cracked dice number to 999 you see in the background there. There's also Dunner Signatures. That's the one that's below that. 2018 Panini Certified Next Signatures. That's one that's on the bottom there. And then there are Victory Lane card number 48. That's got the rookie logo up there.
Yeah, is that the 2018?
Yeah, 2018.
Yeah,
So that is Zane Smith running for his first championship.
yeah. Those 2018 Victory Lane. If you get those graded, those are tough to grade because of the foil. I mean, it's hard to get a 10 out of those. Usually, you're going to get like a 9 or something like that.
I have not tried any of those yet. I need to.
Yeah, they're tough, man.
And then next on the list, going for championship, Chandler Smith, 2021 for him. You have the Denver signatures there to the bottom, and then 2021 Chronicles. You can see the select and the Chronicles on the top, the score on the bottom there, Obsidian there to the right, and then 2021 Panini Prism there up as well. So there's a lot of Chandler Smith in the Chronicles. So
Yeah, a lot of Chandler Smith with masks on too.
that's a whole nother time. I think that's going to be a whole nother collectible there after years of this whole pandemic gets behind us.
Yep.
Uh, And then last but not least, last year's winner, Ben Rhodes, in the 2013 Press Pass Fanfare, card number 99, and then the Young Gun signatures there. There's a few parallels for each of those. So back when Press Pass was making cards.
Yeah, it's hard to believe he goes back to the press pass days.
I was just thinking of that. I was like, oh my goodness, because he's kind of young, but yeah, he goes back to the Press Pass days.
Yeah, and that fanfare card right there with the red and the green makes me think about watermelon.
I'm not sure about that, but so those are the four. One of those four gentlemen will be the Camping World Truck Series champion. So I know we were going to make our picks. Uh, Jason was uh, sent us our picks beforehand. His pick is Zane Smith, and then mine is Chandler Smith, different Smith.
Lots of Smiths. And I'll tell you mine. Mine is the same as Val's. It's Chandler Smith, and he's good at Phoenix because he won the Phoenix race last year. And of course, he's with KBM, so they've got great equipment. So that's my logic behind that one.
That's the same logic I had. I went and did a little research and it's like, oh, look, he won last year. He's with Kyle Busch Motorsports. Never, because Ben Rhodes came in, what, fourth or fifth or something like that last year, I think it was. So he did not win that race. Chandler Smith won. So we'll see. It's a whole different year. So anything can happen. But those are my picks and
I think
your picks.
they're
So,
all solid picks.
of course, of course. All right. And those playing at home, jot down your pick for Camping World Truck Series. Moving over to the Xfinity race, they were racing last week. They were in Martinsville
Mhm.
Speedway, and that was the third annual Dead On Tools 250, and that was Saturday, October 28th at Martinsville Speedway. Ty Gibbs was our winner. Highest finishing rookie was Austin Hill. Uh, that was maybe a new low for Ty Gibbs, who I thought had turned a corner earlier in the season with some of the run-ins that he had, but it's been a long time since I've seen a driver, I guess, celebrating the win and the rain of booze coming down.
Well, it's kind of like when Jeff Gordon would win at Talladega and they throw beer cans at him. But but my grandpa said to me way back when, he said, uh, the sign of a fool is to make a mistake and not learn from it. And the sign of a smart man learns from his mistakes, right? Ty Gibbs is not learning from his mistakes. He is being a fool right now and a punk. I mean, I'll use another saying here. It takes all it takes is one oh crap to erase 1,000 attaboys, and that's what he did on Saturday. He erased all the attaboys he's ever had, and now he looks like I said he looks like a freaking punk. And don't get me wrong, I like Ty freaking Gibbs, but what he did was wrong. I mean, totally wrong. I mean, he screwed the sponsors of Brandon Jones's car. He screwed Brandon Jones, of course. He made the team as a whole look bad. just because he was being selfish, greedy little punk. And I'm going to call it like it is because that's what he was doing. He was being selfish and greedy. And if he'd have played nice and finished second and not punted Brandon Jones, the team would have been much better off. So now you've got three junior motorsports cars versus him in the championship race. He's not going to win. Something's going to happen. Somebody's going to move him. Somebody's going to do something to him to teach him a lesson. Because if he wins, it's going to be a pure miracle. So that's kind of my 2 cents because he just didn't look at the bigger picture. And I guess at 19, maybe you don't, because I know, excuse me, I know when I was 19, I made a lot of stupid mistakes and I thought I knew everything. And so in a way, I can kind of see the logic for what he did. But you would have thought you would have had somebody on the radio saying, "Okay, Ty, stay in second. This is good for the team. Blah blah blah. Don't do anything stupid." But I don't know if they did or not. We don't. I haven't heard the radio.
They didn't, because Joe Gibbs had come out and said that they're, basically walking with Ty through this adversary, and then that they could have done more looking back. And to your point, he did not have the bigger picture where it could have been, you could have had a teammate. Now, if this was the Phoenix race, maybe that's a whole nother story. But this is to get to get to Phoenix, to get that championship. You want, you'd rather have more teammates with Joe Gibbs racing than be against three Dale Jr. Junior Motorsports cars, because they are tough. you
Yes.
know, Josh Berry and Noah Greskin. We know what Noah's done, uh, uh, Mr. October Junior or Mr. September Junior, right? So,
Yeah. No kidding.
uh, yeah, you would want some teammates in there, and now it's three against one. And yeah, if he wins, if Ty Gibbs wins, I will be stunned
Me too.
that they could pull that off without even, with blocking him, or whatever it is, that not even just to turn him or nothing like, nothing like that, but um just having allies on the track, you know.
Hmm. Well, Brandon Jones is going to junior motorsports next year. So really, it's probably going to be four against one because you're going to. What's Brandon Jones got to lose at this point? Nothing. Absolutely
Not right
nothing.
now he doesn't. Not right now he doesn't. But um let's recap the um Xfinity Series drivers now that are locked in going for the championship and Xfinity. First, we have Noah Gragson with the 2017 Donner Signatures. There's also 2017 Panini Absolute. There's only base card. That's the card 88. You can see there on the left. In the middle is the back of it. There's select signatures and torque trackside signatures for Noah. He's going for his first championship.
Yeah,
Next,
and he was the only one in the championship four uh, last year that's in the championship four this year.
yeah, I knew he was last year. I forgot that. I thought Justin Allgaier was as well. But
No, I think it was Allmendinger.
oh, okay. Next on the list, Josh Berry, another JR Motorsports driver. He goes back to the press pass days with the 2013 total memorabilia there, with different parallels as well. That's the gold version you see there. The back is the same, and then the Racing Stars autographs, silver. Next on the list is Ty Gibbs. Need some like
Ty
boo music. Boo.
Ooh, I love you, Ty freaking Gibbs, but what you did was stupid.
Yeah, it was definitely wasn't thinking. So anyway, 2020 Panini Chronicles. He has a few in there. So he's in the Crusade. He's in the Phoenix with different parallels. Those are the two on the left, the blue and the red version. There's a score. That is the one on the bottom on the right hand side. There's a Spectra. That is the one on the top. And where? There you go. Wanted to take that off. Spectra. And then there are Prism scripted signatures. Those are the two in the middle. That's I think it's the base version and then the pink version. There's I think there's about like 15 parallels to that or 10 parallels to those Prism signatures. So
Yeah, and look at the difference of the signatures.
yeah, that's a whole nother. We probably need to do a show on those and get all the different 2020. So
Oh, and I've got a question for you. Have you got the image variation of the Spectre card where it's got Ty Gibbs with his juice box?
I don't have that one. That would have been good.
Yeah, having the juice box. You hadn't, I'm surprised you haven't seen that.
No, and then last but not least, I guess the old man in the group, uh, Justin Allgaier, who is 2009. The,
Wow.
the press pass, that's one on the top right there. Different parallels for that. There's signings and there's stealth. And I believe there's two versions of the stealth. There's a stealth and a stealth chrome. Oh yeah, there's the main event and the playing card with the four diamonds.
Yeah, I like those cards, and they're real playing cards too. If you ever get those, pull those out of a pack, they are real playing cards. You can play cards with them if you have the whole set.
Yeah, they have that same feel. That yeah. So for the younger folks who don't remember that, back in 2009, Texas Hold'em poker was really the the talk of the country, and uh, Press Pass had put a theme poker theme set out, and so there's like poker chips, and then there's these playing cards. So there's a red version and a blue version. I think one
Yeah.
was hobby, one was retail. So
Yep.
and then the 2009 Wheels Element, the one in the middle. There's two versions. Element Wheels Element ran from 2009 to 2011, and then they did this undiscovered Element Auto. There's a red version, number to 25, and a regular version, number to 130. So, but that is the Xfinity 4. One of those gentlemen will become 2022 champion. So going to the picks, Jason had Noah Grechkin. I also had Noah just because he's moving up to Cup and he has been basically been tearing it up the last 6-7 weeks.
Well, he's been tearing it up, and my pick is I'm going against both Jason and Val. Is Josh Berry just because? And there's no science here. It's just because I like Josh Berry, and what I'm thinking here is it's going to be an incredible Cinderella story.
That will be a Cinderella story. For those who don't remember, Josh Berry ran a very limited schedule last year. It was kind of like to test the waters to see how he did. He did so well that JR Motorsports signed him for a full season this year.
Yeah, and he finished 17th, even on a limited schedule. He finished 17th in the standings, so that should tell you something.
Yeah,
So I like Josh Berry. That's my pick.
that would be my second pick if I had two picks. So
Yeah, because Ty freaking Gibbs, there's no freaking way. He's not winning.
yeah, I'm not sure about that one. So
Yeah.
again, that's going to be at the championship at Phoenix Raceway, and that's Saturday, November 5th at 6 p.m. And the stages for Phoenix Raceway for Xfinity, end of lap 45, end of lap 90, end of lap 200. Moving over to the Cup Series. That was the 74th annual Xfinity 500, and that was Sunday, October 30th at Martinsville Speedway. Christopher Bell was our winner. Highest finishing rookie was Harrison Burton.
Yeah, that was that was a good race. I mean, most of the race was okay,
Except for the
but
last
the
lap.
the last lap of that race was unlike anything I have ever seen in all my years of watching NASCAR racing at any level. I've just never seen anything like it. It's just that move. It was what they said. It was a video game move, and he passed. What they how many he went from I think 10th to 5th in that last half lap because he gunned it on the backstretch and just rode the wall all the way around through 3 and 4, and he's lucky he did not hit the gates for letting the haulers in and out in the infield because if anybody's ever seen Michael Waltrip's wreck at Bristol where he hits the embankment right there where the gate is, his car literally disintegrated, and he could have had something like that happen to him as well. He's lucky that didn't happen. I guess the gates were secured very, very well.
That was watching that real time didn't look real.
It looked like the Keystone Cops. It was in fast motion, but it was real time. It just boggled my mind. It took me a second to process that. My mind was like, "Is that like sped up?" And it wasn't. It was real time. It was absolutely the most amazing thing I have ever seen watching NASCAR. It beats to me. It beats the Pass in the Grass. It beats Ricky Craven and Kurt Busch at Darlington because all those are incredible finishes. But this to me was probably the most incredible finish I've ever seen a car do ever.
So it caught Danny Hamlin off guard. Danny Hamlin's spotter was telling him to go high, but it was way too late because that thing just was coming. It was just incredible. So I don't know if some of the clips on like Twitter are showing Days of Thunder where he's telling them like go high on the outside, the tires will hold, kind of a thing. And then they show Ross Chastain going around on the on the four turn. So, but I guess you're muted. You muted yourself.
Oh crap, my bad. Um, I was muted and I didn't realize I was muted. But anyway, it was like Days of Thunder. Like you said, it's like you said, I'm dropping the hammer, and they go, "No, you're not." But he dropped the hammer anyway.
Totally caught everybody surprised. Kyle Larson was talking like he thought it was a bad look for NASCAR, even though he's the one who kind of tried it last year. I guess it was at Darlington.
Yeah, he tried a similar move, and it just didn't work out for him. So I guess he's jealous.
Yeah,
Because that will go down in the pages of history in NASCAR is one of the most ballsy moves, incredible moves that's ever been. Now, the second person who does that, it's not going to be as cool. But since Ross Chastain was the first one to do it, it's really cool.
well, the fact if that car, like, so there was a car higher up in the lane that Ross Chastain had caught up to, like right at the finish line and kind of bumped them across. But if that car would have been back farther and he'd have a clear shot, that doesn't happen. Or,
Right.
Danny Hamlin moves up to that lane, that doesn't happen. So there are some safeguards. It just caught everybody by a surprise. So that just kind of tells you what Ross Chastain is willing to do to win the championship.
I will say this on NASCAR radio. He's got watermelon sized balls.
Well, there was a big joke going like, the
He
seat was
does.
wrong. The something was wrong. NASCAR like impounded the seat or something because it was too big for it wasn't big enough for his watermelons. So it was kind of funny. But hey, he pulled it off, and it worked, right? So if he would have tried that and didn't work, it would have been, oh man, was probably wouldn't be remembered forever now. And so I guess the next level is, does this help him? Does he win the championship, right? So let's go through the list of eligible drivers to win the championship. So we're looking for his second championship is Joey Logano, who we talked about before multiple times. His cards are in 2008, mostly all, well, pretty much all signatures except for the 2008 VIP Zero, which was a special insert. But the 2008 Press Pass signings, that's the one that's there in the middle. There is there's 2008 Press Pass Legends autographs. I don't think I have any of those there. The VIP Zero I don't have, but then there's American Thunder with the campaign trail and the delegates, which were inserts, and then the trackside treasury autographs. There's a few different. Again, that's an American Thunder with a few different versions, and the one up there is the gold numbered at a 25. So Joey Logano's looking for his second championship. He was the 2018 champion.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't pick him, but I have no problem with any of the drivers that we've gotten in the championship four right now. I think any of them are worthy, would be worthy champions, and two of them have won. Like I said, two of them have won past championships, and two of them have not. There's the other one.
Yeah. So Chase Elliott, his rookies 2011 Wheels Element. There's a card number 99 there that's graded. There's a few parallels to that. You see the purple there to the left. That was in the fast lap hobby boxes. Only way to get those. And the undiscovered elements were only available in the silver packs in the hobby boxes. And you can see there's the two parallels, kind of like the Justin Allgaier we had talked about before. There's a regular version that's numbered out of 225, and then there's the red version numbered out of 25.
Yeah, and notice how his signature has changed over the years, just since 20 in the last. I guess it's been 11 years now. It's hard to believe it's been that long.
Yeah, it is, time is marching on, man.
It really is.
And then also, actually, I don't have him pictured. I probably need to do is a 1997 press pass card number 45 and the Pinnacle Racer's Choice. Both picture Chase Elliott as a baby with Bill Elliott. So he's going for his second championship. He was the 2020 champ. So
Yeah, and I'm digging that purple card. I like that card. I think that's the only picture of one I've ever seen.
same here. I got that picture. I was happy to get that to kind of share to everybody. So some of these you don't get to see often. So and then we have the Watermelon Man, Ross Chastain. Those are 2012 Press Pass Fanfare card number 66. There's the base card. There's a few different parallels to those. Blue foil, die cut hollow foil, silver, sapphire number to 20, diamond to 5, silver number to 25. Then you have the Fanfare Magnificent Materials. That's the one on the right. Those are all numbered 99 or less. And then the Fanfare Autographs. And there's a few versions. There's the silver, gold, red, and blue, numbered to 299 or less for the Watermelon Man.
Yeah, notice he's sponsored by the Florida Watermelon Association.
Good catch. And then last but not least was the Hail Mary pass winner there with Christopher Bell.
Yeah, I was proud for him on that. He did well. You know, Denny Hamlin's pit crew kind of dinged him up. He had several issues on pit road. It seemed like every time Denny went in there towards the second half of the race, he was having some kind of issue with a tire, or they just took too long, and that's kind of what cost him the race and the chance to go to the championship.
If for Christopher Bell, only base card he has in 2016 is Panini certified. That's the one there on the left. That's PSA 9 graded there. There's multiple versions of that parallels. And there's also certified potential signatures. That's the signature right next to it. It's got that sticker auto. There are multiple parallels to that as well. There's the Panini Prism, driver signatures. That's the red, white, and blue version there, graded at 9.5. There's Panini Torque, the driver scripts, and that's the one that is over to the right. I got another slide here for Christian Bell, the 2016 Prism red version there. In the middle is, again, the 2016 certified. That is I think it's the silver mirror version. And then on the right, Torque driver scripts.
Pretty
So
cool.
one of those gentlemen will be the 2022 champ.
So I have a question for you. I wish Jason was here to answer this one as well. Do you think, you know, given that all the parity and things that we've had this year in Cup, do you think a championship 4 driver is going to win this race, or do you think somebody else will win this race?
I think one of them will win, and I think it's going to be Chase Elliott.
So that's your prediction is Chase Elliott.
That is my prediction.
And who did Jason pick?
Jason picked Joey Logano.
Mm.
I think because he wanted the 22 in 22.
Yeah, we still want those cards, but we can talk about that here in a minute.
Yeah, I'll play that video here in a minute.
My pick is going to be Christopher Bell. He's hot right now. He's apparently he doesn't fold under pressure. He's got the mojo going with that, and so he is my pick. He did finish 7th in Phoenix last year, so he can get around the track. So all he's got to do is 6 positions better, and he's a champ. So that's who I'm picking because, you know, I'm kind of a Gibbs guy anyway. So that's my pick.
All right, let's see. Hopefully, if Joey wins, he'll give out those packs, silver packs he's got.
All right, people, if you like giveaways, we got a wicked giveaway for you. Panini sent me a box full of trading cards. Check these things out. We got a boatload of them. They said do whatever you want with them. So we decided to give them away to you guys. So we're going to pick 10 winners from Twitter, 10 winners from Instagram, 10 winners from Facebook. All you got to do is comment the 22 and 22. Hashtag the 22 and 22. And we're going to be giving this out. Look at this, a whole bunch of packs. Look at this. Let's open one up for the heck of it. Clint Boyer, Ross Chastain, Harry Gant, that's a cool one, and Cole Custer. Wait a minute. Got one. Look at that guy. There's a whole bunch of these. This can be you. Who knows what you're going to get?
I want those cards.
I know. I was just thinking, like, we need to keep on playing that video until they surface.
Yeah, because I haven't seen them on eBay or anywhere else.
I haven't even seen them. Yeah, seen them anywhere, like you said. So, do we have any great, that Ross Chastain pass? We got any great names that they're going to call that? I know we had the pass in the grass. We had some other stuff.
Yeah, I've heard a few names. One of them was called the watermelon slide, is what they're calling it. Another one is balls on the walls. And another one's called, I've heard, is the rind ride. But my favorite is the Hail Melon.
Hail Melon. Okay.
I like the Hail Melon. I like
That's
that
what
one.
it was.
It was a Hail Mary melon for sure.
Yeah, I don't know if you could have done that again. So
no, I think that was a one and done thing without a doubt. And they call in physics, they have a special name for that. It's called centripetal force. CENTRIPETAL force. Centripetal force
Okay.
that propelled that car like that. It's not centrifugal force, but centripetal is what I saw online. So I'm just going to go with that.
All right. Awesome. Let's move over to F1 then. They're still racing. They were at the Grand Prix of Mexico. That was Sunday, October 30th at Mexico City, Mexico. Everybody's sitting down. Max Verstappen won.
Huh?
Second was Lewis Hamilton, followed by Sergio Perez, George Russell, and Carlos Sainz. There's only 2 races left in the season. They're getting ready to go to Brazil next week. So that was race number 21. Actually, I guess it's 20 uh, because race 17 was Russia but was canceled. So if I do the math, that is win number 14 for Max Verstappen. Charles Leclerc and Sergio Perez have 3 each, and Carlos Sainz has 1.
Yeah, and you realize not only does Max have the record for 14 wins, he also has now the record for the most points scored in a Formula One season. And he's only going to add to that the next 2 races.
Yeah, so we got 2 more left. Like I said, the Grand Prix Brazil. And that is going to be. Oh, I don't have it down, do I?
I did not even notice that you did or did not. That was my bad. I should have proofread.
But I'm pretty sure it's this weekend. So
Yeah, they're making their North American and South American swing right now. So I wonder. I've often wondered about there's a lot of logistics that have to go on with Formula One, and are they going to drive those haulers from Mexico down to Brazil? That's a long way. Uh, I don't know if they're going to do that or just fly down. And I'm sure all these teams have specially built cargo planes to take their haulers, take their cars, take all their equipment and everything, and fly that since it is a worldwide sport. But yeah, I was just curious about that. I didn't know how they were going to do that logistically.
So I was wrong. It is not this weekend. It is November 13th.
There you go. You stand
So
corrected.
I stand very corrected. Yes. So yeah, they have a little bit of time still.
Yeah. So well, then maybe they are driving. I don't know, but if they do drive, I guess they're going to go across the Panama Canal. That'd be cool.
Yeah. So the Brazil is the 13th, and then the final race, which will be November 20th. So NASCAR will be done, and it'll just be F1. So
Wow. I'm trying to remember. I don't know if the Formula One season was it this long last year. I don't remember. I don't think it was.
I think they only added 1 race this year. I'd have to go back and look. I know we had some breaks between races, so
Yeah, and of course they have their summer vacation though too. They were
yeah.
off for a month.
Of course, I don't know if you want to give Red Bull or Max any extra time off.
No, no, he's a great champion this year. I mean, 14 wins is spectacular. I mean, even Lewis Hamilton couldn't do that.
Yeah, that's amazing. So I don't know. Just shake my head.
Yep, definitely shake your head.
Yep. So I guess that's it for the race recap.
You want to give a couple of updates on where we are on particular card products like Prism and F1
Yes.
flagship?
Flagships, tops, F1 flagship slated for November 30th. So F1 have been finished, and flagship will be coming out here and then Prism Racing December 21st.
Ho,
So this,
ho, ho.
yeah, pretty much. So I don't know whether that puts National Treasures.
We're gonna get 2022 National Treasures in 2023, or I hope that it's not canceled. I can't imagine they would cancel it.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I mean, we've been hearing rumors about Fanatics buying, or not buying. Let's see, some kind of partnership or something with um, Panini. So I don't know. I don't think that plays into any of the products because I'm sure they want that money coming in, right? So there's no reason
Absolutely.
to cancel it before that. It's just basically business as usual, and there'll be a migration to the new stuff as it goes. So, but so that puts NT probably late, probably January, I would think, January, February. And I want to say back in 2016, it was kind of like that,
It was.
where it was very late. Because that's what I always talk about with certified. Certified dropped late in 2016, and everybody was. Then it was a short window for NT, and then everybody just kind of forgot about it. So,
Yeah, I remember that.
yep.
And
So look for that. Also, you know, Black Friday is coming up. I Before the pandemic, there were lots of great deals to be had on Black Friday. So don't forget that. You want to be following uh, Steel City, Blowout Cards, David Adams. I've gotten a lot of great deals from Steel City and Blowout. So
yeah, and what about the prices of 2021 Topps Dynasty F1?
just looking at Steel City as an example, now that 2021 Topps Dynasty Formula One Racing Hobby Box, that's got one card in it. We've seen it come out at like 3 to 4,000, maybe up to 5,000. Well, we are down to right under 2,000, 1,999 and 95 cents. I want to say the 2021 Topps Formula One Chrome Sapphire Edition. I want to say that was like $700, Logan, when that came out on Topps website. For It wasn't even for 521 members, right? It was just kind of dropped out. Well, Steel City has them under that cost at 550.
Wow, I did
Yes,
not know that.
yeah, I meant to tell you about that one. They have 2021 Chrome Formula One Hobby at 550. Tops 2021 Tops Chrome Formula One light boxes for 250. So a little bit of the um, contraction going on for F1. NASCAR is not, immune either. The 2022 Tops 2022 Panini Chronicles Racing, they have at 110 a box. Blasters down to 1995 for 2022 Donruss. Mike, they have 2022 Panini Donruss Racing for 89. So a lot of good deals. Hopefully there will be even more cuts or more deals during Black Friday. So
Yeah, and we're seeing the continued drop in prices in not just F1 but all the racing issues. But F1 has taken a more significant drop than NASCAR's been taking.
yeah, it shot up so fast um, with the pump and dump stuff. So hopefully most of the listeners were um, had some restraint or gotten in early. So
Well, I'm glad to see that. I guess it's like what you just said. The pump and dumpers are probably getting out of it now because they pumped it as much as it can be pumped, I think, and topped it out. And now the collector is going to be taking over. So hopefully prices will stabilize. I know that I've been able to pick up a few cards here and there for what I would consider more realistic prices than the skyrocketing prices we saw year and a half, 2 years ago.
well, and one thing we didn't, I guess, talk about is there's other factors at play here with the economy, with the Federal Reserve increasing interest rates now, not to go all financial on everybody, but they are going to pull a lot of money out of the system and make money hard to get to lend. So um, with the inflation going on and everything costing more, again, we love collecting cards, but unfortunately, cards is a secondary uh, thing. But we need gas, food, and everything else for our daily lives. So cards gives us um, little what reality break or whatever you would say, or take our mind off of other stuff. But so anyway, we have all those economic factors going on too. So I guess to what you were saying, I guess Logan, back to it, is that you'll be able to get some really good deals on stuff. You can be really picky and make your money go a lot farther than it did before if you're in a position to pick up stuff, right?
Yep. Yeah. Like I said, I've been seeing, especially a lot of Lewis Hamilton cars have been going way down in price. So I've actually picked up a couple. Maybe start working on the master set on the PSA set registry. I mean, I know I'll never be able to complete that because there are going to be cards on there that are going to be still, even with price drops, still be out of my price range. But it'll still be fun to compete and collect.
Oh, definitely, and that's what it's all about, picking up stuff here and there, and when you run across it, and we talked about it on earlier episodes. With Lewis Hamilton not winning really and not being in the spotlight, he's been on the podium some, but not having those wins and stuff like that. What does that do for his collecting base, right? Are they on to something else, or do they have the cards? So is he getting any new fans? I would think any new fans coming in, maybe they're Max fans because he's setting these records and he's on the he's in P1 there 14 times this year. So
Yep,
hard to ignore, right? And winners love winners or whatever it is. So
absolutely.
that's why there's so many New England Patriot fans.
And we do have some PSA news that broke actually today before we started recording. PSA has a new president, and his name is Ryan Hogue, and I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly because I'm sure we'll be talking to him at the National next year. But he took over Kevin Linane's place as president, and I think Kevin went to a vice president of sales role at PSA. So congratulations to Ryan Hogue. I look forward to getting to know him. It looks like I have another PSA president to break in now.
Just when you got the other ones right,
I had Joe broken in, I had Steve broken in, I had Kevin kind of broken in, and now I got a new one.
got to do
So
it.
so we'll work on him.
And then speaking of which, when this episode drops on Friday, it'll be Logan's birthday. So make sure you wish him a happy birthday.
Ooh, thank you very much. Yes, it will be my birthday. I will be older.
29.
Yeah, for about the I don't know, gosh, at least 30 times, 30 something times. I'm at 29.
Oh, if there's nothing else, I got another thing I want to talk about.
Sure, go ahead.
So we had a segment where we were asking listeners and viewers to send us some cards or a picture of cards or some of the things that you picked up or things that you're working on. So uh, call Curtis. He sent this in here. He's working on a collection of Jimmy Johnson door numbers. So as you can see here, this Press Pass 2011 is numbered 48 out of 50. But all those cards back on that table there are all, he says, numbered 48 out of whatever. So that's a pretty nice
My
little collection, yeah,
God, that
of
is
guess the goat,
impressive as
yeah.
hell. That is so cool. I mean, you look at some of those cards. He's got some burning rubber cards. He's got some 2016 Prism. He's got some showcase. He's got legends. That's impressive
So
to amass that many cards. Because I thought about like doing Richard Petty at one point in time, doing 43 or whatever, and to me it just seemed like too much of a daunting of a task. But this, I'm impressed.
well, this shows you, there's no right or wrong way to collect. And that's what I love about NASCAR. There's multiple ways, and they're priced decently compared to the other sports. So I love seeing stuff like this where there's no right or wrong way, and just enjoy what you have. So if it goes up, great. If not, hey, you're fine. So
Yeah, and he probably couldn't pick a better person to collect or better driver to collect. I mean, Jimmy Johnson, he's definitely going to be a goat, or is a goat. Being a 7-time champion. So I don't think you can go wrong with that. I'm very impressed. I love this.
yeah, this is great. I think the the Jimmy Johnson is kind of like a fine wine or whatever. It hasn't. I think it's still kind of new, and people start digging through the stats, and when he gets elected in the Hall of Fame, and kind of doing a retrospect on his career, kind of like what we're seeing with Dale Earnhardt Sr., kind of a resurgence in um his cards, and like his legacy and type stuff. So I expect the same thing for Jimmy in the future. So
Hmm. Agreed.
and then one of the ones that I've picked up in my collection here, these are 2005 AJ Allmendingers. These are from the Czech magazine, the Formula One, that we've seen where some of those early Lewis Hamiltons have come out of. AJ Allmendinger had a card in there. So my mission now is to get one of those signed. So
Yeah, you realize looking at him right there, he kind of reminds me of the Gronk of Gronk. Huh, I'm Gronk.
yeah, I'm curious to see if I can get it, get him to sign in person what he thinks about that. So
That's pretty
about the
cool.
card, not the Gronk, but I'm sure that's something you don't see a lot of in the states, right?
No, you don't.
And I
Those
don't
are
know
cool cards.
how much he gets out of the U.S. So what was that?
Yeah, those are cool cards. I like
Yeah,
those.
I like those. I had a Danik like that. That actually is at PSA. I didn't tell you this. I had some vouchers left. Sent those off, so they're in Q1 right now. So
Yay, that's good.
yeah, so I'll do I guess a reveal whatever when I do those. I got some Ty freaking Gibbs in there. So
Ty freaking Punk Gibbs.
oh man, yeah. Anyway, so anything else, or is it time to cue the music?
I don't think I have anything else, so I guess it's time to cue the music. Well, we got a cool King's Court for you guys this week. We're going to start out with our Joker, and this kind of almost looks like a Joker in a way. But this card, I thought this was really, really neat when I saw it. This ended on the 30th of October. It's a 1951 VAV. I don't know what VAV stands for, VAV. It's Alberto Ascari. And it's number 143. It's a Formula One card from, like I said, from 1951. And it went out to bidding, and it went for $748. And this card is coming from Italy, by the way. And I just thought it was neat. It's a blank back card. You can't. There's nothing on the back of it, but it just has that vintage, old school look that I really, really like.
Yeah, it's really impressive. 1951, amazing.
Yeah, and for people that don't know, Alberto Ascari, he's a two-time F1 champion. He died like in 1955. I think he was. I'm trying to remember if he was like either the 52 and 53 champion, something like that. And he had like 13 wins in Formula One before he died. He drove for Ferrari, by the way, and he was killed in a test crash or a practice crash or something like that in 1955. So he never realized his full potential, and that's really sad. But that's kind of the way it was back then because there just wasn't a lot of safety, and you had a lot of drivers. I mean, not just in F1, but in all forms of racing, die just because the safety innovations weren't there.
Well, yeah, after there was an accident or whatever it was, then it was okay. We need to work on some safety for that.
Yeah.
It was always reactive. It wasn't proactive stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking of Fireball Roberts, where the drivers would soak their clothes in like flame retardant, whatever it would be, so that their clothes wouldn't catch on fire if they had, because there was a lot of fuel fires and stuff. But he was allergic to that kind of stuff, so he didn't really do that. So there were no fire suits like they have now. And again, it was a dangerous sport, and a lot of folks have passed because of um how dangerous it is.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought this was a neat card. I
That
may
is
have to track down
amazing.
some of those.
Yeah, almost $750 and 36 big bids coming out of Italy.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that was amazing.
Nice
All right.
find.
So our Jack of the Week, this was also on the 30th of October, and it's Cole Custer. It's a 2017 Panini National Treasures. It's a one of one booklet with the Xfinity Series patch on it.
Embroidered.
Yeah, it's embroidered, and it went for a best offer. Okay, I'll say what they were asking. They were asking $499.99, and the best offer went for $200.
Oh, wow.
So really, in the grand scheme of things, I think somebody got a good deal on that. Maybe
Yeah,
maybe Brody the Kid bought it. I don't know.
maybe. I know he's a big Cole Custer fan, so that's a that's a beauty, Clark.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that one. So all right, so next up is our Queen of the Week, and this was on Halloween. It's 2017 Donruss Racing Ashley Force. We've I think this may be the second time we've had her. It's a hollow gold auto, number 7 of 25.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Now check this out. They were asking $550 for it. Do you know how much it went for?
250,
Higher,
350,
higher,
450,
higher.
500.
Ding, ding, ding. $500 for that.
Wow.
That's impressive for Ashley Force.
That is. And also, side note, those 2017 Donruss boxes are going for about $50.
Yeah, so you could hit an Ashley Force auto and sell it for $500.
That's where I was going with it. I cannot believe. Um, I mean, I can understand it, but it's hard to believe,
Yeah.
especially, only a few days ago. So,
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, huh?
yeah, if you would have told me this was back in, the spring, I'd say, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're right. That's almost like pandemic prices right there. But still,
But,
it's pretty cool. Good for her.
yeah.
All right, so next up is our King of the Week. This was on the 28th of October.
Wow.
Yeah, check this one out. This is really cool, man. It is a 2006 Viterra Grand Prix F1 Formula One. Michael Schumacher. It's got part of his racing suit on there, and it's out of 275. And they had a buy it now price of $3,500. Somebody went click, and they bought
Wow.
it for 30. It's number 69 of 275.
275 of these.
Yeah, that's the first one I've ever seen. Have you seen any more of these? I haven't.
So, I have an eBay search for some of the Futura stuff, and I've been seeing a lot of the memorabilia and stuff coming out. But to your point, I think this is the first one I've seen of this. I didn't know, they had the autograph cards and the memorabilia and stuff. So um, that's beyond impressive.
Yeah, there can't be a lot of other different, fire suit memorabilia type cards of him. So, and you can see this card is not in the best of all shapes.
Yeah, that's where I was kind of going with you. There was like some pitting or some kind of indentions to the cardboard.
Yeah,
And again, it's not autographed and a swatch. It's just a swatch.
yeah, just a
Uh,
plain red swatch.
yeah.
Imagine if it was multicolor. Woo,
Oh, yeah. I don't.
that'd be
Uh,
cool.
but yeah, the Futura stuff, 2006. I still try to find out what the deal was with 2006. I know there was a 2005 issue, but how the 2006 came about. So because it's not as straightforward as the 2005. But a lot of um, not a lot of great information about future stuff and a lot of the F1 stuff. So
Yeah, we're still learning, and we talked about that before. I mean, like soccer, F1 is a worldwide sport, so it's not like NASCAR in the United States, and we just have cards here. I mean, there are cards, F1 cards, from all over the world. I mean, Italy and South America and Australia. I mean, just all every continent is going to have pretty much have some kind of F1 cards, whether or not they had them, they're new or either they're back from the 50s, 60s, 70s, whatever. And we're still learning.
yeah, so this is coming out of Hong Kong.
Wow. So that's an impressive card right there. I'm digging that Scuderia red right there. I like that.
Very nice.
All right. So next up is our 101 of the week. It's our ace. This is on the 26th of October. It's a 2022 Panini Chronicles Overdrive Racing of none other than Ty freaking Punk Gibbs. And they were asking $1,199.99 here for Ty freaking Gibbs. It went for a best offer accepted of $650.
Wow.
Yeah. And these overdrive cards that Panini has issued this year, it's probably one of my least favorite issues, just because look at the skin tone colors. I mean, he's like a purplish color in the face, and that's how all those are. I don't know if
Right.
that was by design or it was some kind of mistake or something, but hey, those cards just don't do it for me. Those overdrive cards, they just don't do it. But still, it's
So
pretty cool.
yeah, it's cool. I think that's the first I've seen like that. It seems like my personal opinion is like it's just too much foil. And I think to your point, they try to, get those skin tones right. You have those other purples and yellows and oranges and all that stuff in there. So
Yeah.
I don't know why it kind of screams like 92 Bowman maybe, where they had a lot of foil on those cards. I don't know.
Yeah. But it's a cool card anyway, but it's just
And
not a
six
card
hundred
I would be
bucks.
interested in. Yeah.
Yeah.
$650. All right. So you're gonna like this next one for sure. Our Royal Flush of the Week. I love this card so much. This was on the 28th of October. And as everybody can see who's watching the video, it's a 1972 STP Richard Petty signed rookie card. And it's also a PSA encapsulated. The auto's a 10 and the card itself is a 6, which is pretty good. They were asking $7,999 for this. I'm going to play the Price is Right game with you again, Val, and
Six
see.
thousand.
Ding, 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 ding. $6,000 for that card, and it's the thing that I think is kind of a detraction from it is he signed it as R Petty, and he was doing that like in the I don't know, like
80s.
the late 80s to early 90s. He was doing a lot of that because you got to think that's when the NASCAR card boom was going on, and I'm sure he was inundated with cards, so he was just signing R Petty.
Yeah, I've seen the R Petty. He now signs, full like everybody knows. But yeah, that would be the only thing on it. Of course, I like those signed in blue, the Petty blue. But uh, it's a 6. It's nice. And then
Yeah,
that auto is a 10, so it's nice and bold.
yeah, that's a sweet card with a sweet auto. You just cannot go wrong with that. I mean, if you're looking for a Grail card in NASCAR or any form of racing, I think this has to be on your list as a Grail card, especially autographed.
Yeah, it's a nice car. I was looking at the back. The back looks pretty clean.
Yeah, I don't see those weird brown
Brown.
rust colored
Yeah.
spots that you see on a lot of them.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, that's a beauty. I love that card. When I saw that, I went, "Oh, that's definitely our Royal Flush of the Week." But I think that was I think it was also the highest priced racing card of the week too. So it was legitimately the Royal Flush of the week. So whoever bought that card, congratulations.
Yeah, very nice. Very
Yeah.
nice.
So that's all I got.
All right. Well, uh, thanks for everybody hanging in there. Um, please like, share the podcast. We appreciate it. Leave a comment, positive or negative. Let us know how we're doing. We would greatly appreciate it. So, hope everybody has a great weekend watching the races here that's going on, especially all the championship races in NASCAR. And then everybody have a little toast there for Logan's birthday there on Friday. I hear Bella snoring.
That's my dog snoring.
We put
She's,
Bella to
she's
sleep.
she's
So
right down here.
all right, for me and Logan and Bella, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next week with more NASCAR radio.
Hashtag skid marks.